Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering Urshifu Rapid Strike. I thought I would separate these into two individual videos because they are two separate Pokemon in their own rights. Now, it is going to be quite similar to the Urshifu Single Strike, but I've also kind of changed some sets up and made it a little bit different in a lot of respects. Now, obviously if you want to go check out the Single Strike one, then you can go find the playlist, you can find it on my channel. It will be there. Right. Shifty Rapid Strike, base 130 attack, 100 defense, 97 speed, 100 HP. Those are all its really good stats. 130 attack is absolutely huge, gigantic, hits really hard. Defense and HP being really good there, allowing you to live a few hits on the defensive side. Base 97 in its speed as well. It's good, but it could be slightly better. Obviously, there's a lot of Pokemon that do outspeed it, so it could potentially be a couple of problems there. Also, a couple of problems with your special defense because it is quite low. But Urshifu Rapid Strike has one thing that Urshifu Single Strike does not have, and that is not being as weak to Fairy type Pokemon. It's got weakness to Electric, it's gained a weakness to Electric, Flying, Psychic, and Fairy. I think those are the four, and Grass. I think that's it. I think those are the only weaknesses it has, but honestly, some of them quite common, some of them not so common. But yeah, we're just going to jump in now. So we have a first Urshifu. I've gone for a Choice Band set. You can also go for Choice Scarf if you want to. We've got Unseen Fist as our ability. Unseen Fist allows you to, if you have a contact move, it goes through protection basically. So really nice, really helpful there, especially when you have close combat, Surging Strike, Iron U-Turn. They will all be activated by the Unseen Fist there. Close combat, powerful stab, fighting type attack, hits really hard on a lot of different Pokemon. Honestly, can be absolutely fantastic in a variety of different scenarios. Obviously, it does lower down your defense and your special defense by one stage, so do be cautious, but at the same time, you can hit really hard on there. Surging Strikes hits more than one time, so any Focus Sash users are not going to have as good a time, and it hits 3 times for a base of about 75, so not too amazing, but at the same time it does hit quite hard. If you want to go for something like Liquidation instead, you definitely could go for that as an option. It's slightly more powerful, but the Surging Strikes there also, I think, result in critical hits. There's always going to be a little bit more power on there, and it will go through any setups that a Pokemon has. Obviously, with critical hit, it ignores any setup on the opposing Pokemon, and if you've had something that's set up like 2 Iron Defenses for Body Press set, you're just going to go through that, and that's going to be really helpful for you. Iron Head, just a powerful steel type attack. It hits a lot of different Pokemon for a fair amount of damage. It's things like Fairy types super effective. You've also got Rock types. You've also got Ice types super effective damage as well. But you could replace that with any assortment of kind of like Ice Punch, for example, might be a nice move to potentially run instead as a possibility. And then U-Turn. U-Turn allows you to get out of there. If you've got the Choice Scarf, it allows you to get out of there before taking a hit. If Choice Band, you might take a hit first, but that U-Turn does give you that ability to switch into something else, see what your opponent's doing, and then hopefully do something really nice with it. EV-wise, go for Max Attack and Max Speed with an Jolly Nature, sorry. So Jolly Nature, more speed, less attack. Sorry, I got sidetracked there. More speed, less special attack. And yeah, it just allows you to outspeed more Pokemon. If you're going for the Choice Scarf, I still recommend you go for the Jolly Nature as well. It allows you to outspeed those base 100 Jolly Pokemon or timid Pokemon with the plus speed nature, but they're not as common. They're not as common, and I think I just said that entirely wrong. Scratch what I just said. Basically, with base 97 speed, you need the plus speed nature to outspeed any Choice Scarf base 100 speed Pokemon, which they are very common. And if they haven't got the plus speed nature, if they have got the plus speed nature, they still outspeed you, but it's very common that they don't run that plus speed nature. They normally do plus attack or special attack at that point. And you having that plus speed, it ensures that you outspeed them. Obviously, you can run it as plus attack, but that's up to you how you decide to run that, depending on what you want to do. Moving on to the second Urshifu set, this is a bulk up supportive set. We've got leftovers, allowing you to get a bit of recovery each turn. Unseen Fist is the ability it's always going to have. We've got bulk up, allows you to increase up your attack and your defense by 1 stage each time you use it. Really, really helpful and can really destroy a lot of teams if you can get 1 or 2 of these set up. You've got Drain Punch, it's a powerful fighting type attack and also gives you some recovery, obviously boosted by stab as well. Aquajet is a priority move. Having access to a priority move is really good because, as I said, Urshifu's speed just a little bit less than you might want it to be, and that Aquajet could definitely come in handy in getting like that final kill on something if it's quite low on its health. And then Iron Head just again for a coverage move, but you can go for an assortment of different things. As I already said, like Ice Punch, Body Slam is an option. You've got things like Counter even, Fire Punch as an option, Ice Punch. You've got Poison Jab as an option as well. So lots and lots of different things. In fact, Poison Jab might work better than Iron Head because it covers your Grass type weakness as well as your Fairy type weakness. The Poison Jab could work out slightly better for you in the long run. EVs, there are a few ways to run this. Max attack, max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. So running it as kind of a full-on attacking set. But you could also run this as a max HP, max attack with an adamant nature, so more attack, less special attack. Allows you to be a bit more bulky, live a couple more hits. You could always run for like max HP, max special defense to allow you to be more especially defensive, to live 1 or 2 hits there. Or you could run the max HP, max defense with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack. And that would allow you to hit things not hit things, that would allow you to live hits from things a little bit easier. So that's obviously an option that you could run as well, just depending on what roles your team still needs and what you want Urshifu to actually run in the team. Moving on to the third set, I've gone for just a generic Dynamax set. On here you've got Leftovers, which allows you to get a little bit of recovery each turn, but you could go for like a Citrus Berry, you could go for any super effective reducing berries. There's an option of running that. So like Roselli Berry is definitely a good option because Fairy type moves are very common in the game, but you've got lots and lots of different options that you could possibly run. On here, Red Card is also something that I would potentially consider running as well. And you've got on here Acrobatics. Acrobatics allows you to increase up your speed through max airstream, and also if you use up your item, it doubles in power, so that can be really helpful for you. Obviously with Leftovers that doesn't work very well, but the Acrobatics can still be really good in raising up your speed, because as I said, your speed just below that point where it's safe. It's just that little tiny bit lower, so having that +1 on your speed could definitely be helpful. Close combat, powerful fighter type attack boosted by stab, obviously hits really hard, and it turns to max knuckle, increasing up your attack stat. Now obviously you could go for Drain Punch as an alternative to get that recovery once you are outside of Dynamax. You've got Iron Head, which turns to max Steel Spike, increasing up your defense by 1 stage, which can be helpful as well. And then Surging Strikes just as a good water type attack, obviously boosted by stab, and can set up the rain if you need that for any reason. Obviously, any Swift Swim users on your team could definitely benefit from that. EV-wise, max attack, max speed, jolly nature. As I've said before, it's pretty much the way you're mostly going to run Urshifu, at least both Urshifus typically. Moving on to Urshifu Rapid Strike, I have gone for a Gigantamax set here as well. Now, with the Gigantamax set, the Surging Strikes turns to, and I'm not quite sure what it is off the top of my head, Gmax Rapid Flow. Gmax Rapid Flow, which will go through any max guard. So that, obviously, if you've got a Pokemon that is going to be max guarding, you can just go straight through that. Now, not many Pokemon will go for the max guard like for multiple turns, so it's not necessarily the best thing, but it still goes through things like Protect. I think this is slightly better in more of a double scenario because I can see that happening more frequently, but in singles it doesn't happen too much. But obviously it's still something that can be really handy there because a person can't step behind max guards for 3 turns. You can really just put that pressure onto them. So Surging Strikes will turn into that Gmax Rapid Flow. It hits really hard when you're out of Dynamax as well. Close Combat, again, to raise up your attack power because that's helpful. Again, Drain Punch is an alternative option. Stone Edge, if you ever need to set up any Sandstorm for any reason, if you have a Sand Rush user, for example, or a Sand Force user. And then Ice Punch, you can set up the Hail. If you have like an Aurora Veil user that hasn't been able to set up the Hail, for example, as a possible opportunity, but you've also got the opportunity to use these out of Dynamax, and it just gives you a lot of coverage to hit a variety of different Pokemon. EVs, max attack, max speed, jolly nature, as I said before. With the previous one, you might be able to go for a adamant nature, but obviously it depends on what you're planning on going for and what Pokemon you're versing against. And it's a lot that you have to kind of think about when planning your teams, but these are always a starting step to get you going with these Pokemon. And moving on to the final Urshifu set, we have got a Iron Defense Body Press set. I love this set. Iron Defense doubles your defense from 328 to 656. Obviously, that is a lot of damage there. That is possible through the Body Press. The Body Press being increased by your stab as well. And if you can set up multiple Iron Defenses, you are going to have a huge defense stat. So not many Pokemon are going to be able to get through you unless they crit you. And you've obviously got that huge body press damage that's going to hit down hard on the majority of Pokemon. Just be cautious on your specialty defensive side, because you could end up taking some hits on there, and you're not going to live those very well, because base 60 special defense isn't really the best there. I've got leftovers as your first form of recovery here, but you've also got Drain Punch to allow you to recover a little bit of your health back each turn as well. Well, not each turn, but whenever you use it, because honestly, that should be helpful for you. And finally, Aquajet as a as a priority water type attack that obviously will just get that chip damage potentially on Pokemon if they're trying to be a pain in your backside. EV wise, max HP, max defense with a impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in attack. Obviously allows for your Iron Defense to increase up more, and body press to hit as much as it can. So that's kind of the premise of this set, with Drain Punch and Aquajet being really good support moves on that as well. Anyways, that is all for today, so I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I will see you soon.